Kids, good evening. It's my vlog for May the 9th, 2013. How are you? For those of you that didn't know, there was a solar eclipse which had a lot of people's energies changing today. It was quite a funky day for a lot of people from what I saw online. Just to give you a quick update on how I'm doing on my new medication, it's been 48 hours. It usually takes about 10 days to adjust to medications changes since I've had two. I felt pretty much okay, with the exception of the fact I have a electric style ringing in my ears, and it also rings through my brain, and when I walk it pulses like electrical shocks. It's almost like having seizures constantly, all the time. It's weird. Um, what else? That's it. Otherwise, it's fine. The new medication seems to be working all right. I hope this like ringing and electrical pulsing sensation will go away. The first day I was kind of a little bit loopy. Today I wasn't actually. I had a lot of energy, and the day went really slow because I had so much energy. I got everything done, and there was nothing to do. So I just sat there like. So I actually signed up for Twitter, and that gave me something else to do, which was to learn how to use Twitter. And so that was fun. And I got Twitter and Facebook and YouTube working on my tablet. I also have them working on my new smartphone, besides my computer. So now I'm multi-dimensional. I can move around wirelessly and sit down wiredly and yap away whatever I want to do. So that's kind of cool. A couple of things I wanted to talk about in current events real quick. First of all, this story about these women in Cleveland that got kidnapped and held for 10 years. While it is intriguing and emotional and kind of bizarre and strange and tragic in a way, I guess. It's in the bigger picture of life. It really only affects those people, and it really doesn't affect the nation. And although it's a great story to divert us from the burnout of politics, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in this country, and that's just really not an important story. And I don't understand the fascination with it at all. But the media is just like, especially cable news, is just all over this. Like stink on shit. I do not understand it at all. Not one iota, not one little bit. It just doesn't do anything for me. Now, there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes in politics, and I, like the rest of everybody, is just kind of burned out. Because the right doesn't deliver, the left doesn't deliver, nothing gets done in the center. And when they do get something done, it's usually underhanded. It doesn't work right. It costs too much money, and there's always something fishy, and it always needs to be fixed later. So I don't see the benefit of having our media take away its focus from what really needs to get done. And then we have these other little dog and pony sideshows like the Benghazi hearings and all this kind of stuff, which don't amount to anything. There's no story there. They're trying to manufacture a story, and it's so blatantly obvious. The only thing they want to do is the right wing is pissed because Obama got a second term, and they have no one that can beat Hillary in 2016. So they're trying to manufacture a crisis now, so they don't get their ass wiped in 2016. It's blatant and it's obvious, and sadly, everybody can see through it. So knock it off. Get something real done for once. For God's sakes, get something real done. And the left wing too. I mean, you had a chance to stop the filibuster at 51 votes, and you didn't do it. And then you're crying because nothing's getting done. Well, you had a chance to change it and you didn't do it. You should have. You should have changed it. You should have got things done and then talked about it later. And you wouldn't have to have all this drama, this extra drama. just get it passed, because the House, no matter what they say, the representatives in the House, no matter how conservative they are, they do have constituents, and the right-wing constituency is burned out, like the left wing is. The right wing is burned out over fear. They've had this nonstop, palpable fear for 6 years now, and nothing's happened that people keep telling them. So they're getting burned out on it. They're also getting burned out on all these promises they hear from their representatives, who turn around and turncoat on them anyhow at the end of the day and allow votes and vote for things that they don't want. So they're burned out in droves. They're burned out. The left wing is burned out for the most part, and the center left and the left are burned out. And the only people that are still active are the extremes of both parties, and they're equally as ugly and hideous. But, like, for example, the center left, they're burned out because, and the center is burned out because we're tired of being pissed at the right, the extreme right wing. And they said, oh, we're going to change everything. We did this autopsy and, we exhumed the body and found out how we died. So we're going to reinvent ourselves. And they haven't done, well, they have done it. They reinvented themselves. They made themselves 3 times worse and 3 times more offensive. So they took what everybody didn't like about them and they multiplied it by 300 times. That's not change we can believe in. It just makes them, more people want to walk away. And to be outraged by it, it gets tiring after a while. It gets tired. As much as it's exhausting to be fearful, it's exhausting to be outraged. So everybody just needs to, chill. But chill in a way that's productive. Don't chill in a way that's just more drama. I mean, I'm sorry, there has to be some kind of good news story or some kind of not so many political story that will affect a lot of people. Other than this Cleveland thing with these women, I mean, it just seems like a little bit too personal to have the whole nation just absorbed in these people. I mean, it's not an unheard of thing to have people kidnapped. This isn't the first time, and it won't be the last. Anyway, that's just my thoughts for today. Talk to you later.